And we're back to looking a little orange. I tried, guys. I tried. So hello and welcome to Dummy Tries This. I hope you brought your cuppa. As I mentioned in Monday's video, we did not have an official DragonCon mug this year, but I have my own official DragonCon mug. So since it's the week after DragonCon, I thought I'd go ahead and use it for today's filming. You'll get to see my second mug on Friday that I picked up from con this year. Anyway, so today's tea is the Organic Mint Fields from the Republic of Tea. It is a gentle, light, pepperminty tea. It has a little bit of spearmint in it, so it hasn't been steeping long, but we're going to give it a sip and go ahead and get started. Yeah, right now I'm getting mostly the sugar, although the mint is getting started. By the end of the video, we should be doing just fine. So today we are doing another sample queen. Okay, hold on 1 minute. There you go. Doing another sample queen today. It's been a little bit. I think I'm getting to them about once a month. I was trying to do more than that, but you know, was trying. At least I can get to them about once a month, give or take, most of the time. We do have some of our neighbor kids outside, so if you hear a lot of voices and talking outside, that's what's going on there. I asked them to keep it down, but you know how it goes. Anyway, so today's samples are skincare. Let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing I have is this Air Repair Hydrating Serum. It's a decent price for a serum. Looks to have decent ingredients without irritations for my skin, like citric acid, vitamin C, or retinoids. And no dimethicone, which is a big thing for me for skincare. I really do have been trying to keep my dimethicone in my hair and my skincare down because of the barrier it creates. Now that barrier can be helpful if you're trying to keep moisture in. So for something a little later, like a moisturizer, you can probably use it then. But in general, I try to keep the dimethicone out of my skincare and my hair care. It's a bit of a thinner cream, almost a pale yellow color with a light, pleasant scent. It's not quite floral. Whoa. Don't want to put too much on it. But there's that is. Focus, 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 focus. Right about there is where it'll focus. But as you can see, it's kind of a whitish with a slight yellow tint. It is kind of milky and creamy. Has a pleasant scent, like I mentioned. It's not quite floral, but not very perfumey, which is nice. Yeah, it's an interesting scent, and that's the best way I can explain it. It's not quite floral, not quite perfumey. That scent doesn't last either. I never notice it when I'm putting it on my skin. It doesn't seem to cause any irritation or anything. I needed a bit more than other serums I've tried, but it does spread easily. It leaves my skin a bit tacky, but does soak in. And I put on my moisturizer, my skin didn't feel more hydrated, though it did restore to its former shape when pinched tested. So you know, you do that pinch test and your skin returns. I actually don't think I have too many issues with that. All of that said, those little things said, this is a serum. It is not intended to give you that soft feeling to your skin. So for that, I actually like this. It's a good, at night I use my Kiehl's freshly juiced for extra moisture and healing and stuff. This is a good replacement for that during the day. I don't want to, my skin's been doing really well, so I don't think I need the Kiehl's twice a day anymore. And so this is a good replacement for that, and it's a good price. So I am actually interested in repurchasing a larger size sometime in the future. This has been lasting me actually quite a while. I've been working on it for at least a few weeks, and still got stuff in there. So I can wait a little bit, but yeah, something I'm looking forward to getting. As I recall, the price of that was, it was really low. That's all I remember. As usual, those prices will go down below the video, so you can check them out if you want. Next, I have this Derma E Purifying 2-in-1 Charcoal Mask with charcoal and marine algae. It says it's for face and hands, which I find kind of interesting that they say it's for your hands too. This is the packaging. I received this as a points bonus, I believe, with one of my Derma E orders, where I reordered my skin cleanser, and I think I picked up something else that I can't remember off the top of my head right now. And then this was a bonus that I got with my points. It's thinner consistency than I'm used to with the mask. Some masks are really thin. There's a mask in from last month's. It was BoxyCharm, I think. It might have been the Glam Bag Plus. That is also very thin. In fact, I think it's a little thinner than this. But as you can see, it's kind of a loose, it's not really like a thick clay type texture. It's more of a really loose texture. It spreads out very easily. I put way too much on to show you guys. It spreads easily, dries down quickly, stings as it dries the way many charcoal masks and mud masks do. It turns bluish as it dries, and it comes off fairly easily, and some spots feel cooling even more once I remove it. My skin was soft and smooth, but borderline dry. Not as dry as with some other charcoal masks that I've tried, but still just a little bit dry. My toner pad came up slightly discolored, but I suspect that might have been a little bit of leftover mask. You can see the edges starting to turn. And you'll know the mask is dry when the whole thing looks like that. Skin looked good despite the discoloration of my pads. Pores look clean. Next day, I noticed a major reduction of a reaction breakout I was in the middle of. I'm very impressed with it and likely to purchase it again. I really like Derma E products. I don't buy a lot of them. I have some very specific ones I buy. I buy the cleanser. I buy a gentle moisturizer that comes in a green jar, and the moisturizer itself is red. And then I would probably purchase this mask. I'm interested in trying more of their products because almost everything I've tried has been really, really nice for my skin. I've not had any allergic reactions. I've not had any issues. They've been helpful. As you can see, it's still drying down some more. So I am really interested in getting more of their products. However, finances and it would have to be something more like a mask or something, because for most of my skincare I have regular things I use. But however, this is a purifying mask. I really like this mask, and it's a mask I'm likely to repurchase. So that's how your face will look when it is done drying. It's really working on it over here. And it does say it's for your face and hands, which I find interesting. I also have a hand lotion from them. Unfortunately, I won't buy that hand lotion again. It's a good hand lotion. I'll eventually have it in a sample queen, but it's kind of expensive, and I just prefer just getting my Vaseline intensive care, intensive therapy type stuff because it's cheaper. I get a really big bottle and it lasts me a long, long time. So the next one I'm a little on the fence with because I like it. However, I don't think I'd spend $65 on it, which should tell you a little bit about which one it is. It is the Sunday Riley CEO Vitamin Rich Hydration Cream. It's pale orange cream. It has a really nice citrusy scent. Let's see if you can see this. It's a very thick cream. It doesn't take much to pull some up. I love the packaging. The packaging is beautiful. But from what I've seen, most Sunday Riley stuff is really nicely packaged, so that's not a surprise. And it goes on. It's a really thick-ish cream. The scent is gorgeous on this. It's a beautiful, citrusy, orangey scent. I love scents like that. I love scents like that. You can almost always convince me to buy something with a scent like that. It's terrible. It's terrible. It really is. Anyway, very creamy, but applies a bit heavy even when using very little. Within a couple of days, like 2 or 3, I noticed a difference in my skin. Not in appearance so much, but in texture. It was softer and smoother, and I was just using it at night. It's too heavy for me for a daytime cream. and too expensive for twice a day anyway. For daytime creams, I actually like most of my moisturizers to be really light anyway, because I'm usually piling quite a bit on my skin. I have a serum. I have the Klairs vitamin E mask that I use to hydrate, and also, since it's got vitamin E and a few other things in it, to heal my skin from the day. During the day I use another serum, a moisturizing serum or something. I use an anti-acne serum to help keep any breakouts down that I can control, that aren't reactions to, product. When you have a reaction to a product, it's actually a little harder to fight those and keep those from happening. I put on a moisturizer. Well, obviously I put on a moisturizer, and then I usually have another little moisturizer. I take the Derma E sensitive skin and I put it around my nose and towards my cheeks. One, because my cheeks are drier, and two, because that's where I tend to experience a lot of redness, and that particular moisturizer has been helping with my redness. So I don't like to have, I like to have my moisturizer and my serums to be kind of on the lighter side, because there is so much going on my skin and I can feel it. It's a sensation thing. I just do not like to feel it on my skin like that. So this comes a bit heavy even for nighttime use. However, because of what it was doing to my skin, I was pretty impressed. The stuff is actually worth the $65 it goes for. I just can't afford $65. I will probably be buying up the extras from my Ipsy group whenever I can. Yes, it surprised me too. This is at least 3 times more expensive than the most expensive moisturizer I use, and twice expensive as the only other high-priced skincare I use. The Klairs vitamin E is $27. So $65? Y'all. I will say, though, because of the fact that this doesn't, I don't think this actually has any actual citrus in it. It has citrus scent. I think that my previous issues with certain, like orange serums or orange blossom, whatever, I think I'm coming to the conclusion that my issues with those have not been the vitamin C, because those would give me a reaction. I would get redness and breakouts, and it just seemed to be consistent on the board. And I thought it was the vitamin C. Because of this, I'm going to say it's not the vitamin C. It is actually putting in things like orange peel and actual orange juice or something, of orange extract or something of that nature. I think the orange itself is what's causing the reactions on my skin. So vitamin C apparently is okay. It's not giving me any, nasty little reactions. And I've also found the best way for me to use it, because as I said, I prefer a much lighter moisturizer. What I do is I end up putting this on last. So I put on all my skincare, and then I will dab a very, 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 very tiny amount of this on my face, and rub that in and pat it in. And that seems to let it do what it's supposed to do and give my skin what it's supposed to give it, without me having to use it in place of one of my lighter moisturizers, and without me having to not use it at all. I will say, using it that way, it's going to take me a long time to get through this. This thing, I think, has a 12-month. Yes, this thing has a 12-month span. I'm not going to finish it by then. I'm hoping that it'll last longer than that, but by that time, the effectiveness of the ingredients will probably be going down. I'm just going to try to use it up. But it's going to take me a while, I think. I think by the time I get to the end of it, it won't be doing much for me at all, unfortunately. So my next item is another rather expensive item, but it's from Ebates, so yeah, we all know. I haven't used it very much. I've only used it once or twice, and that is the Ebates Pro-Collagen Cleansing Balm. It's a thick, light, yellowish cream. It feels a bit waxy. It looks a bit waxy. There's a little bit of, yeah, it's kind of a heavy, waxy consistency. So there it is on my finger. It feels a bit waxy, but you don't really need a lot of it, and you warm it up between your palm or your fingers and then massage it all over your face. And when you warm it up, it changes consistency. As you can see, it's more of a liquidy effect then. It rinsed off fairly easily. Skin did feel clean, but not necessarily soft. My Radiance pad came up very slightly discolored, but no more than after, say, my regular cleanser and a mask. On the one hand, it's nice to have something that sort of combines a cleanser and a mask and makes my routine a little quicker when I need it. But this stuff is too damn expensive. I don't even remember the price now. I'd have to look. It'll be down below as usual. And it doesn't soften my skin the way it claims. I'll enjoy the sample while I have it, but I won't be repurchasing it. I don't think I'd repurchase it even if I had the money, because seriously, if you're going to claim that something's going to soften your skin and do this and do that and do the other thing, it should at least do that much, right? And I feel like this doesn't. So yeah, it's okay. I don't think it's worth the price, but then 90% of what Elements has is way too expensive. And I don't think it does everything it claims to do. So I'll enjoy it, but not going to get it again. Okay, so the next one I'm actually really, really happy about, and that's the Pixi Skin Treats Glow Tonic-To-Go. This is totally empty. It's totally used up. They're little pads. They're very similar to the First Aid Beauty Radiance pads that I've been using in the past, but they are like $8 cheaper. No. The Radiance pads are $30. These, I think, are $18. So they're really, really nicely priced. They're going to save me a lot of money over the year. I actually like these better than the Fab pads in quite a few ways. These tone and clear the last bits of my makeup or dirt or mask left behind on my skin, but are less drying than the First Aid Beauty pads. The pads are sturdy like the Fab ones. They have the little bumps, so they do mild exfoliation as you're cleaning your skin. But the pads are a little bit smaller than the First Aid Beauty. I have not found this to be an issue. They do leave a bit of a tackiness on my skin, but my other nighttime products smooth it over well, and they're more affordable as well. These are definitely on my repurchase list. In fact, I'm waiting for a box to come in now with this and more of the Pixi Mist. I know when I did my review of the Pixi Mist for my glam bags and my boxies, I said I probably wouldn't be repurchasing this, but I really like this mister, and I want a second mister for my bathroom and then one for my purse. And I will be putting for the one in my purse, I will be putting some of my Mario de Badescu in there. But yeah, so I'm waiting for a box for these to come in. I was specifically trying to buy these, just added this as a bonus. Really happy with these, highly recommend them. Glad that I can recommend them now that they have a foundation with a lot of shades, range options. So yeah, very, very happy with these, and do recommend them for anyone who's looking for a toning pad. If you want a toning cleanser, I believe they have the Glow Tonic-To-Go in a separate, like a separate little bottle, so you can get those and use your cotton balls or whatever you want to use, but I just prefer everything to be all packed up into one easy to use package. And last, I have the Kiehl's Calendula Serum Infused Water Cream. I actually have two of these. I haven't used this one up yet. It is a thick, paler yellow, yellowish brown. You can see in there, it's actually got a really interesting texture, because even though it's thick, the texture on it is almost like a gel. But I think when I looked at the ingredients list, there was no dimethicone or anything. You need very little. In fact, what I just put on my hands would cover my whole face, I believe. So like very, very little. It has a nice light scent. It's floral, but it's not, if that makes sense. And I just touched my nose. I'm trying to identify it, but it's kind of floral, but it's not really floral. But it's a really nice light scent, and I've gotten to the point when I use this that I don't even notice it when I'm putting it on. I do love the scent of it. I do love the feel of it going on. It absorbs very quickly. It's light enough for me to use with my Derma E over my cheeks and doesn't feel too heavy or get too greasy on my nose, but it's heavy enough to give my normal spots what they need. The thing is, Kiehl's is expensive, and I have less expensive skincare. I think I'd have to look to be certain, but I think the Poreless watermelon cream that I've started using is cheaper than the Kiehl's. I think that's like 27 or 28, and this is around 35. It's not a huge difference, but when you're counting your coins and you're having to take care of other things and not wanting things to be too expensive, not wanting things to cut in too deeply into what you have to take care of, that little bit, $5 or so, can add up. That's, you know, that's $60 a year that you could put towards something else. So I do really like it. I would love to repurchase it, but I probably won't, just based on the price. I can recommend it if you're looking for something, though, and you don't have that problem. Don't worry about the price. So yeah, it's a really nice cream. I really do like it. I'm glad that I managed somehow to get 2 samples. It's quite possible I signed up and then it got offered again, and I signed up again, and somehow, I don't know. Anyway, all I know is it's a really nice cream, and I've got another sample I can play around when this is done. I've been using it for well over a month too, and I still got quite a bit left in there, so I'm very, very happy with this cream. So that is it on what I have today for the sample queen. As usual, most of it is something that I can't really recommend to based on price or based on other issues, but in general I think I was happier with what I've shown you this time than I have been with some of my previous sample queens. So take that as you will. Anyway, that is it for today, and I hope you like what you've seen. And if you do like what you've seen, I hope you will subscribe. And if you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you know when I upload. I currently upload 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I do have bonus videos most, if not all, months. I will unbox a indie brand, since that's what I'm trying to focus my channel on, is indie brands. My son unboxes crates when he gets them, assuming he gets them. He's supposed to get one, what is this month? September. I don't know if he's supposed to get one this month or if he's supposed to get one next month. And it's going to be his last loot crate. So just be watching out for that. And I think his dad has signed him up for something else that's supposed to be monthly. So all my people who love my son more than me, and I don't blame you for that, but all my people who love my son more than me just might get to see more of him. So looking forward to that. I'm going to nudge his dad about that because I haven't heard anything about it since we discussed everything that was going on with Loot Crate. Anyway, so if you want to see any of that, you are going to need to have that bell rung. A good point, I'm not having problems with my bells anymore. I swear that child is not dying. They're just outside being loud. That's what they do, being loud. Anyway, if you're part of my notification squad, you'll want to check both your bell and your subscription to make sure they're both still active. Although, like I said, that doesn't seem to be as big an issue these days. If you choose not to subscribe, I can talk, but if we didn't have at least one fumble during a video, it wouldn't be me, right? At least I'm not opening things right now. We all know about my problems with that. If you choose not to subscribe, well, we would be sad and disappointed. We really, really would. But you're always welcome to come back here again because we love having the company. And if you do come back again, don't forget to bring your cup of tea or milk, coffee, a cup of wine, cheese and crackers, a shot, beer, whatever makes you happy. Anyway, she's been steeping here long enough for us to actually get some flavor out of her, so let's give her a sip and get on our way. Okay, so that is minty. Like I've said earlier, I think it is a lighter mint. It is not very heavy, but I did oversugar it just a little bit. My son will drink it up. That's the thing. My son likes tea too. So all these filmings that I do in one day, he gets a lot of tea, which he really enjoys. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you have a great day.